ديفيد وصموئيل عائلة يهودية معاصرة، يفتخرون كثيرا بالعادات والتقاليد والتراث اليهودي، إلا أن الابن الصغير يبدو أنه مشاغب قليلا وله أصدقاء مسيحيون يشهدون له دائما عن المسيح. ديفيد الأب والعائلة يمارسون عشاء السيدر الذي يرمز إلى موت الرب يسوع وقيامته من الأموات. يا ترى هل سيدركون هذا؟ هل سيعرفون أن المسيح كان هو القسط الحقيقي؟ دعونا نتابع معا ما سيجري.
Esther, it's time to light the candles to begin the dinner.
Blessed art thou, Lord our God, Master of the universe, who sanctifies us with his commandments, and commanded us to kindle the light of the holiday.
Thank you, Esther. Now we will drink the cup of sanctification. Blessed art thou, O Lord our God, King of the universe, creator of the fruit of the vine.
David, we can't continue the Seder without washing our hands. Samuel, you need to wash your hands too. Go.
And now we will dip parsley into salt water to remember the tears that were caused by our slavery in the land of Egypt. And this is the bread of affliction, which our forefathers ate in the land of Egypt. Come, all who are hungry, let them eat. Come, all who are needy, let them celebrate the Passover with us.
All right, Samuel, you cover your eyes and you don't peek. Get your chance to find the hidden piece of matzah later. All right, you can open your eyes now.
Why is this night different from our other nights? Why do we only eat matzah bread?
On this night, we commemorate our deliverance from slavery. It is when the blood of the Passover lamb spared the firstborn from the angel of death. According to the Exodus story, our forefathers found a perfect lamb, and they killed it. They took blood from the lamb, they put it on the doorpost. Then they roasted the lamb and ate it with bitter herbs. The bitter herbs mentioned in the story are called meror, and they remind us of the bitterness of slavery and the suffering of our people in the land of Egypt.
This has to be my least favorite part of Passover. Mom, can we please skip this part?
You know the routine. This is a serious ritual. Lots of tradition and no time for jokes.
But you have to admit, this part should be left out. At Easter, my Christian friend gets candy from the Easter bunny. Why can't I?
Because we are not Christian. We are Jewish. If only we were Christian, I could get a new dress for Easter. I mean Passover.
Enough! Enough! Eat your bitter herbs in peace.
Yes.
Blessed art thou, O Lord our God, King of the universe, who sanctified us with his commandments and commanded us to eat meror.
Let's get to the sweet part.
Oh,
Yes. Now the sweet part, charoset. It reminds us of the mortar that was used when we made bricks, like slaves in the land of Egypt.
Apples, nuts, sugar. That's what I'm talking about. The good stuff.
Samuel, don't be disrespectful. We're eating this sweet mixture on matzah to remind us that not all life is suffering.
Esther, it's now time for the meal. Bring out the feast. Bring out the feast.
All right, it's all here. I prepared it special this year because I made just one extra thing.
Esther, we're all about tradition. Thousands and thousands of years of tradition. I hope you didn't mess that up.
Come on, David, I know the menu. I just made one new thing I learned from our Egyptian neighbors, something called, fool? Yeah.
What is that?
I don't really know, but I didn't want to be rude when they offered me a can of fava beans and told me the recipe.
Okay. Maybe this one time. But I don't think I would make it again. It doesn't look very good.
Oh, just try it.
You know, Samuel, speaking of tradition, let me tell you an important one from the past. In temple times, our forefathers would sacrifice a lamb. They would then take part of the flesh and they would roast it. The other part they would take home to the person who had brought the offering. They would gather, they would eat it with matzah and bitter herbs, just like the story in Exodus.
Then why don't we eat the Passover lamb now?
You know, that's a very good question. Unfortunately, since the temple was destroyed, we can no longer offer the proper sacrifice. But one day, hopefully soon, the temple will be rebuilt and we can restart the sacrifices. Esther, you outdid yourself this year.
Thank you.
Everything was excellent, except for maybe the fill.
I guess not Phil.
Whatever. Anyway, Samuel, it's time to go find the afikomen, the hidden matzah.
Good luck. You hit it pretty hard this year.
Do you have it? Are you sure? Huh.
Come on, Samuel, you know I didn't hurt it that far.
Okay. Where did he hide it last year? Aha! Here it is. The hidden matzah bread.
You found it. Good job.
Good job. Good job. Blessed art thou, O Lord our God, King of the universe, who brought forth bread from the earth. Take and eat this bread of life.
Dad, my friend Joey said that this was Jesus' body we were eating.
What are you talking about?
Why would we eat someone's body?
Joey had a Passover Seder at his church. He said this part of the Seder represents Jesus. We take out the second piece of matzah bread. It is unleavened bread, pierced and striped. It is broken in two, wrapped in linen cloth, hidden, and later found. This is just like the death, burial, and resurrection of Jesus.
Stop that. You know we don't believe in Jesus, and he is not represented in our Passover. The ritual goes back long before him.
But you know, that is interesting, Samuel. One of my Christian friends told me about Jesus being beaten, crucified, buried, and then rising again after 3 days. But I never would have thought of it in relation to our Passover Seder.
Joey said that Jesus was a perfect Passover lamb, and that's why we no longer need to sacrifice.
You are forbidden to talk that way, and I don't want you to talk to this Joey person ever again. Do you understand? Esther, you need to work more with your son. He needs to recite the scriptures and clear his head of this trash.
Excuse me, I believe the good book tells the fathers, not just the mothers, to teach the sons.
Anyway. It's time for the cup of redemption, which reminds us of our freedom from sin.
This seems a lot like communion. First the bread, then the cup.
Enough! I've had enough of this talk of Jesus at our Passover. Any more from you, and I'm going to rip my clothes, and I'm going to put ashes on my head.
It might be worth getting in trouble to see that.
Samuel, you need to apologize to your father.
I'm sorry. I was only bringing all this up because of what Joey had said. I promise not to bring it up again.
David, you know Samuel is only asking these questions because he wants to understand. I know that we don't believe in it. We have to admit, the significance between the Jesus story and the Passover is amazing. It makes sense why the Christians would think of Jesus during our Passover.
Esther, let's just not talk about this anymore.
Yeah,
We need to finish the Seder.
I agree.
Blessed art thou, O Lord our God, Master of the universe, Creator of the fruit of the vine. Samuel, it's time to go open the door for Elijah. As the good book says in Malachi 4:5, "Behold, I will send Elijah the prophet before the coming of the great and dreadful day of the Lord." Is Elijah there to usher in the Messiah?
No, he didn't come again this year. I don't think he'll ever come. Hopefully Joey's not riding the Messiah. He's already come.
The Passover Seder is now complete. Next year in Jerusalem.
Next year in Jerusalem.